In a small, quiet village nestled deep in the mountains, there was a curious tradition. Every year, when the days grew shorter and the nights longer, the villagers would light lanterns to guide them through the cold and dark months. But this year was different. For the first time in many generations, the great lantern, a massive, glowing light that lit the whole village, had gone out. No one knew why, but without its glow, the village felt lost and afraid. Among the villagers lived a young, humble lantern named Lumi. Lumi was not as big or bright as the great lantern, but he was determined to do his part. He had always dreamed of being brave enough to light the way for others, but he never thought he would have to face the challenge of lighting the village on his own. The call for help. One cold, starless night, the village elders gathered and discussed the problem. Without the great lantern, the village leader said, our people may lose their way. We need someone to find the lost light and restore it. Lumi overheard the conversation and felt a spark of courage deep within. I can help, Lumi thought. I may not be as bright as the great lantern, but I have a flame in my heart. Maybe that's enough. With determination in his heart, Lumi set off on an adventure to find the lost light of the great lantern and bring it back to the village. The dark forest. Lumi's journey led him through the dark forest, a mysterious place where the trees whispered secrets and the shadows seemed to move. Lumi felt small and vulnerable, especially with no light to guide him. But he pressed on, remembering the stories he had heard about the brave heroes who had ventured into the forest before him. As Lumi walked deeper into the forest, he met a wise firefly named Glimmer. Why are you alone in the dark, little lantern? Glimmer asked with a gentle voice. Lumi explained his mission, and Glimmer smiled. You may be small, but your light is just what this forest needs. The darkness can be scary, but it also teaches us about the power of our own light. You must trust in yourself. Encouraged by Glimmer's words, Lumi realized that he didn't need to be as bright as the great lantern. His small light could still make a difference. Mountain of Shadows. The next part of Lumi's journey took him up the Mountain of Shadows, a steep and rocky path that stretched up toward the sky. The air was cold, and the wind howled through the narrow passages. Lumi was afraid that his small flame would be blown out by the fierce winds. But just as he was about to give up, a group of owls appeared, perched on the rocks. Don't worry, little lantern, said the eldest owl. We've seen many come and go. It's not the size of the light that matters, it's how steady you keep it burning. Lumi took a deep breath, focused on his flame, and continued his climb, keeping his light steady despite the harsh winds. The owls flew alongside him, offering their guidance and wisdom, the heart of the darkness. At last, Lumi reached the top of the mountain, where he found a dark cave known as the Heart of the Darkness. Inside the cave was a pool of water, shimmering with an eerie glow. Lumi could feel that the great lantern's light was somewhere within. But he wasn't sure how to reach it. The cave was filled with shadows, and Lumi felt his flame flicker. But just as he was about to turn back, he remembered Glimmer's words, you must trust in yourself. With renewed courage, Lumi stepped forward and carefully lowered himself into the pool. As the water touched his flame, something magical happened. His small light grew brighter and stronger, and the great lantern's light began to emerge from the depths of the water, joining with Lumi's own. The return of the light. Lumi returned to the village, holding the now glowing great lantern light in his hands. As he arrived, the villagers gathered around, their faces filled with wonder and joy. You did it, Lumi, the village elder exclaimed. You've brought back the light, but Lumi smiled and said, I didn't bring back the light alone. It was the courage, the help of friends, and the belief in my own light that led me here. As the great lantern shone once again, brighter than ever, Lumi realized that it wasn't the size of the light that mattered, but the strength of the heart behind it. The villagers celebrated, knowing that no matter how dark the world may seem, there is always a light within each of them waiting to shine. The endless glow. From that day on, Lumi became the village's beacon of hope. His small light, now joined with the magic of the great lantern, reminded everyone that no matter how small or insignificant they might feel, they too had the power to make a difference. The story of the brave little lantern who lit the way spread far and wide, teaching people everywhere that with courage, kindness, and belief, they could light up even the darkest places.